Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carpio Grego.
And I'm Jenny Hazlett, and thank you for joining us at 6:30 on your Thursday evening.
Now, the city of Las Cruces has a new city manager. That's right. Today, the city council selected Assistant City Manager Ikani Tamalpeo.
Tamalpeo has been Assistant City Manager since 2021, overseeing Go Bond improvements, the Zero Fare bus service, and the city's first air show. He has a master's in public administration from Brigham Young University. Tamalpeo beat out 8 other candidates to win the position. Tamalpeo will begin his new role as city manager on April 1st. And the effort is growing here in New Mexico to reduce the use of plastic bags.
That's right, Las Cruces has already done it, and now Carlsbad and the state legislature is looking into it. Now, the Las Cruces Sun News reports that besides Las Cruces, single-use plastic bags are banned in Santa Fe, Silver City, Taos, and Bernalillo County. According to the Center for Biological Diversity, Americans use an average of 365 plastic bags per person per year, and about 5 trillion plastic bags were used worldwide last year. Now, State Senator Jeff Steinborn, a Las Cruces Democrat, says he'll try it again in 2025 to pass a statewide ban.
Well, Noah, you said that official spring started yesterday.
Yeah.
It felt like summer today.
You know, it did. It's the second full day of spring, right?
Yes.
But like you were saying, we're soaking up the sun. Yep. Some people might want to welcome that a little bit, which
I
is
love
definitely
the sun.
a plus.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's go and take a look at some of those current conditions outside. You're looking at a live cam just right outside our studios here at Milton Hall. Really beautiful conditions out there. The time change is really allowing us for us to soak up those conditions. You can see beautiful Oregon mountains out there. Lots of sunshine. Well, a little shaded on the campus side, but the Oregon east side is getting some of that action. Let's go and take a look at the current conditions from today. You're currently seeing mostly clear skies outside with some high-level clouds, just nothing too crazy out there. Temperatures right around 72 degrees. Those winds very light at around coming out of the northwest at around 7 miles per hour, so nothing again too gusty out there. Humidity sitting at 16% and your barometer at 29.91. Now, as for the conditions that we did see today, 73 degrees was that high temperature. 71 is our average, so just a couple of ticks above, so nothing again too crazy, right on par with average. Record highs back in 2004, 89 degrees, and 2010 a record low of 25. So two ends of the spectrum that we did not see today for sure, which is definitely a welcome. So as for precipitation, still dry here in Las Cruces, still at 0.73 inches for the year total so far. Now, don't go anywhere at the middle of the show. We'll take a look at that national weather forecast and what you can expect for the coming days. Jenny?
Thanks, Noah. The initiative to make desperately needed improvements to rural New Mexico's infrastructure is now in effect. New Mexico and federal officials met in Las Cruces to discuss putting infrastructure projects into effect on Tuesday. The main goal was deciding how to spend the $6.5 billion in funds from the American Rescue Act. A senior White House advisor says the extra funding will give these communities access to modern infrastructure such as internet and clean water.
That's right. New Mexico Senator New Mexico Senator Martin Heinrich says the Santa Teresa Port of Entry also needs infrastructure improvements. In an interview with KRWG, Senator Heinrich said he wants to renovate the port itself and bolster law enforcement in the area as well. He says this project could significantly expand the economic development for the borderland, and that this project is part of a greater initiative to triple the size of Santa Teresa. Now, a proposal to store more than 100,000 tons of nuclear waste in the southeastern New Mexico is stalled in the U.S. Senate. Last week, the Senate Appropriations Committee stripped out the language that would have expanded the nuclear facility from the proposed bill. Many in Eddy and Lee County worried that the nuclear facility would hurt the oil and gas industry, and as you know, oil and gas is by far the biggest industry in southeast New Mexico. Senator Heinrich said he will continue to work on legislation to improve the issue. We need those maple trees. America's breakfast depends on it. Now make sure you stay tuned because Noah's going to be back with your national forecast. Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Thursday,
where news matters. Well, Carpio, I'm glad we haven't seen any fires here yet.
I know. Well, the fires may not be everywhere. The weather is definitely warming up. Noah, what can you tell us about that?
You know, you guys are exactly right. No fires, but cold, especially in the upper Midwest. This is a 2-round system that's expected to hit the parts of the upper Midwest on Friday and Saturday. This system's expected to bring just a little bit of snow, as we reported to you yesterday. You can see by the time we reach your Friday, Erie, Burlington, going out towards the northeast, they may experience some type of snow showers and rain showers as well. Round 2 comes in on Saturday evening. You can see that snow going all the way once again through Minneapolis and Chicago. Potential lake effect snow in these regions. So if you do have any travel plans to these areas, just keep that in mind and look for airport delays if you're traveling up there. Burlington, 5 to 8 inches of snow possible. Buffalo, New York, 3 to 5 inches as well. Heading down to more the Rocky Mountain region, Billings, Bismarck may get some snow, get some action on this as well. But again, just do expect this as time goes on. Taking a look at our next map here, that we're going to bring it back to the desert Southwest, El Paso and Las Cruces. Looking pretty dry out there. Nothing really on the radar map. This goes about till 12 a.m. this morning. Really, really dry. Zooming out a little bit, we can still see not a lot of activity. It's just some pop-up showers. Some of the stuff may not even reach the ground. So if you did get your car washed, you may get a little bit of dust on there, but once again, nothing too crazy out there. Taking a look at our final map of tonight, we're going to be taking a look at just some webcams around southern New Mexico. Ruidoso, once again, looking beautiful as always. Sierra Blanca, a little bit of snow out there. Some clouds, high-level clouds, bringing in some precip to the area. You know, maybe a snow shower, very light rain shower in the evening. The main town, Ruidoso, also looking very pretty. There's Sierra Blanca once again looking very pretty. So nothing too crazy in Ruidoso. Beautiful vacation spot for sure. Now, don't go anywhere because after the break, we'll take a look at your New Mexico forecast and what you can expect for tomorrow. Well, welcome back to News 22 Thursday. Let's go and take a look at some of the conditions around the land of enchantment. 64 degrees in Clovis, 67 in Roswell. We head up north just a little bit in Santa Fe, 58 degrees, 62 in Farmington, and 61 in Gallup. Down here in the desert part of the state, well, it's all a desert, but more in here at Las Cruces, 72 degrees and 68 in Deming. Taking a look at tomorrow, we will see conditions that are pretty much the same. 80 degrees here in Las Cruces. We will touch those 80s. So like Jenny was saying earlier and Carpio was saying earlier, definitely warmth here in the city. 81 in Roswell, 73 in Clovis. Going up north a little bit cooler, 63 in Santa Fe, 67 in Albuquerque, and 76 in Deming. Taking it to the neighboring city of Alamogordo tonight, 48 degrees with those clear skies, 71 degrees tomorrow and clear skies as well. Over in the city of Truth or Consequences, 46 degrees once again with clear skies tonight. 76 will be the high tomorrow with once again sunny conditions. Over in Silver City, we'll cool it down to those 30s tonight. 38 degrees with mostly cloudy skies tonight. Maybe a straight shower or just straight shower in the middle of the night, and 69 degrees tomorrow is that high. Bringing it back here to the city of the Crosses, 49 degrees, rather warm evening tonight for early spring, and 80 degrees tomorrow. So definitely a beautiful day to bring out your shorts and, you know, take a walk outside. Now don't go anywhere. We'll take a look at that 5-day forecast at the end of the show. Jenny.
Now, President Biden is weighing in on March Madness.
That's right. On Wednesday, the president released his brackets for the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments. Now, the president predicted Dawn Staley's South Carolina Gamecocks winning the women's tournament and the UConn men to repeat as national champions. And famously, the tradition of the White House making March Madness predictions has been happening since the Obama administration. And calling all sports enthusiasts and collectors, now's your chance to own a piece of sports history. Memorabilia
from some of the greatest athletes of all time will be up for auction in New York. Muhammad Ali's autographed boxing trunks from the 1975 Thrilla in Manila fight against Joe Frazier are expected to fetch up to $6 million. Michael Jordan's shoes from his final season with the Bulls are expected to sell for up to $400,000. And Kobe Bryant's jersey from the 2009 NBA Finals is expected to sell for as much as $2.5 million. The auction will take place next month. And speaking of sports, Maddie Vollmer is next.
Thanks, Jenny. Coming up in sports, our take on March Madness. You can toss the remote because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
Welcome back. I'm Maddie Vollmer, and let's talk sports. Springtime is now here, and that means it's time for some outdoor track. The New Mexico State Aggies are starting off their outdoor campaign with the Willie Williams Classic hosted by the University of Arizona. The first day of action is set to start tomorrow and will run through Saturday, March 23rd. This is the Aggies' first of 8 meets of the season. The Crimson and White plan on making a return trip on April 28th for the Desert Heat Classic. The 2-day meet features hosts of U of A, along with Grand Canyon, Eastern New Mexico, and Western New Mexico, among others. The Aggies are sending 9 athletes to compete in this meet. We will have more information following this event next week. Now, coming off a loss against the UNM Lobos, the Aggie baseball team is now 10-11 for the season. They plan to turn that around tomorrow as they play the Nebraska Cornhuskers. This series starts tomorrow and will go through Sunday the 24th. Nebraska comes in at 15-5 for the season. The Cornhuskers have won 8 of the last 9 games, coming off a 5-game winning streak. The Aggies have a rough road trip ahead as they've played 8 games in the last 11 days, so hopefully they can turn their luck around tomorrow. We will have more information on that game next week. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action next week. Still ahead, Noah will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast.
Welcome back. Let's go ahead and take a look at our top stories.
Assistant City Manager Ikani Tamapeo has just been elected the new Las Cruces City Manager by the City Council. The effort is growing here in New Mexico to reduce the use and litter of plastic bags, and the initiative to make needed improvements to the infrastructure of rural New Mexico is now in effect.
Well, I'm excited for that 80-degree weather tomorrow. Noah, what does the rest of the week look like?
Well, guys, taking a final look at that 5-day forecast. By the time we reach your Sunday, 66 degrees. We're a little bit different from that Saturday of 82 degrees. By the time we begin your work week on Monday, 61 degrees. I'll move out of the way here, and 65 on your Tuesday. Beautiful week ahead. Jenny, Carpio?
Well, I'm excited for it to warm up, but that's all for News 22 Thursday. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight.
Make sure to tune in next week for more news. I'm Carpio Grego.
And I'm Jenny Hazlett, and from the whole News 22 team, Carpio, Noah, Maddie, and myself, good night.
This news brief in Español is brought to you by Noticias 22, Spanish language news for southern New Mexico and West Texas. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes y sean bienvenidos a las breves de hoy con Noticias 22. Mi nombre es Aira Sánchez y es un gusto estar con ustedes. El esfuerzo para reducir el uso de bolsas de plástico está creciendo aquí en Nuevo México. Las Cruces ya adoptó esta medida y ahora Carlsbad y la legislatura del estado están viendo en implementarla. Acordando con Las Cruces Sun News, además de en Las Cruces, las bolsas de plástico de un solo uso están prohibidas en Santa Fe, Silver City, Taos y el condado de Bernalillo. Según el Centro para la Diversidad Biológica, los estadounidenses utilizan un promedio de 365 bolsas de plástico al año por persona, y en todo el mundo se utilizan 5 billones de bolsas de plástico al año. El senador de Las Cruces, Jay Steinborn, dice que en 2025 volverá a intentar aprobar una restricción en todo el estado. Una propuesta para almacenar más de 100,000 toneladas adicionales de desechos nucleares en el sureste de Nuevo México se estanca en el Senado. La semana pasada, el Comité de Aprobaciones del Senado eliminó el lenguaje para la instalación nuclear empleada de la ley propuesta. Muchos ciudadanos en los condados de Erie y Lea están preocupados de que la instalación nuclear dañaría la industria del petróleo y el gas, que es la más grande del sureste de Nuevo México. Eso sería todo por mi parte. No olviden seguirnos en nuestras redes. Bonita noche.